Say good morning. Good morning, Griffin. Hello. You know, I was listening to a podcast last night that my sister sent me, and I love podcasts, and I'm really happy that she's getting into it now. And I've really kind of quit listening to a lot of the ones that I used to listen to all the time. It's because I'm so busy with Vincent these days. But I was listening to that, and they said to not to go into a lot of subject matter, because in a way it's kind of scary that if you think or feel a certain way, you're gonna attract different types of people. And there's so much going on in the world right now that it's hard to tell what is real and what isn't anymore. But one thing that I know, baby, hold on. One thing that I know is real is that we the people are finally getting an opportunity to really get our truth out there and to speak our truth. And one of the biggest regrets, something that I don't really hold on to anymore, because it's pointless to hold on to it. You know, I'm not going to grow as a person or experience any kind of happiness as a person if I don't let go of it. And that is the fact that I was an alcoholic and an addict for most of my life. All of my adult life up until now. And, you know, mostly when I was a teenager too, to a degree, you know. And I had Vincent as my fourth son, my last, because I had a hysterectomy right after I had him. And but my mother was always my biggest enabler, and she was also we also had a very big love-hate relationship. And when she got her cancer and got sick, she made sure CPS took my children from me. And she was more or less a war. We were at war with each other up until she died. And I haven't seen my baby Simon, it's even hard to remember how old they are, because I don't have to write it down, I don't have to say it, I don't celebrate it, maybe on Facebook and in my mind. But I think he'll be 8 in November. And my son Nathan, he's my little twin, he will be 16 in February. And my oldest son Luke is 21, and he lives in Barbersville. And his dad just recently passed away, my first husband, due to complications from IV drug use. And I don't know, I was just thinking about, you know, the world is really turning around right now, and I think a lot of great things are going to be possible because the spotlight has been really put on these false idols. You know, we're so caught up with the celebrities and, you know, music artists and people like that, and who don't set good examples, who our children are listening to, the movies we flood our brain with. People wonder why addiction is so high, and why people are so depressed, and why overdoses are up, and different things like that. And, you know, they don't realize, like, what we put in our body is what we put out. And This is in the Bible. This is in philosophies, different religions. You know, those are all available to us for a reason, and people don't utilize that enough. We just go straight to instant gratification to fix our problems. My cable bill's actually down a lot because I haven't rented movies this month, except What We Do in the Shadows, because it's hilarious, and I appreciate those things, because anything that can make me laugh or don't give me the heebie-jeebies, you know, because there's so much symbology in movies these days, and there always has been. We just haven't noticed it. We just didn't want to think about that. But I want that instant gratification of, now that things are settling down for me, and I have Vincent, and I'm getting older. I'll be 39 this year. I would like to have a relationship with my children. And I sit and I search the internet for Nathan, because he's older, he's on social media, and in the back of my mind I thought maybe he looks for me too, or he is looking. And you know, I post videos here and there. I like to sing. I enjoy singing. I like my family to hear me sing, because I never did that growing up. People think, oh, you've always been doing this and stuff, but I get really, really nervous in front of people. I get really, really apprehensive about posting those videos, because I've always been kind of shy about it, and I really didn't find my voice until now. It's just something I've always done, kind of behind the scenes. And to drink. If I played out in bars or did stuff like that, alcohol was kind of free, drugs were free. That's a perk of singing out and stuff. So that's what I did. My Bible verse that I had to learn when I was in Bible school was Matthew 5:16, and I'll never forget it. And it said, "Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify the Father which is in heaven." And I've always pondered that. There's certain verses that always stick out to me that I sit and dissect in my brain. And to me, it was always, if my family, thought that I was good and they enjoyed listening to me sing, my kids went to sleep at night to me singing to them and they enjoyed it. If I sang a song and it just got into somebody's heart and it inspired them to be creative and to do that, then that was enough for me. That was what God intended it to be for. And that's why I do it. So the videos that I'm posting now, really, I just want to leave a little trail, so that way, maybe since the kids these days, they all have iPads and they all have stuff to watch on their phones and YouTube, and my son has a platform he uses, and it helps him, and then maybe they'll reach out. And it's got to be good for, it's got to be good for me, because I've been struggling a lot. I had cancer treatments from October through December, and I had the hysterectomy and stuff too, which I don't want to go into that too much on my video, but it put a lot of pressure on me. Not because anybody did anything to me personally. You know, everybody was very supportive and helpful. But internally, there was that whole experience for me, going to the hospital every day, and I'm sure the medications and things like that had to do with it. And missing my kids, having Vincent. People think because you have a kid that'll keep you from making bad decisions, because your love for your children is enough to make you make better ones. But that's not true. I loved my kids, and I love Vincent, and I didn't want to do anything that was bad for him. But you know, I did. And now I can only go from here. And I have a lot of opinions on why all this is happening in the world and everything. But all in all, it's been a wonderful experience. For the people that want to change their life, for the people who want to see the promises of God come into their life, for the people who want to bond with their family, for the people who've been distant, who've been into the movies, been into that scene. That's all going away now. And now it's time for everybody else to get up and speak your truth. And express what they want in life. Because if you speak it, God has promised that if that's in your heart and you speak it out loud, then that's what will come to pass in your life. If you believe it, if you have faith. And he is chewing on my microphone. There's my little studio. But guess I'll chime in later. Finish getting ready for the day.